It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right. We do all the work for you. All you have to do is push play. And why don't I get to touch it? Hey-o. What other questions can I ask? There's like a lot of questions in these song titles. Am I band curious? Question. Yeah, that's kind of what this pod is about. I was band curious about the Buzzcocks. So we're talking about the Buzzcocks. And John, I don't know how this one came about really, but I have to admit, or I have to imagine it's probably one of those initial lists that you gave me, and you just kind of put it out there, and Randy kind of signed on immediately. I don't know if you remember, but your first name listed, so tell me about the Buzzcocks.
Yeah, the Buzzcocks that's one of those, early punk rock bands that, the three of us have kind of been doing the last couple of years. The Buzzcocks are a Manchester band. We just did Joy Division a couple of months ago. And the Buzzcocks famously were at that same first Sex Pistols gig in 1976 with members of Joy Division and Morrissey and a bunch of other people. And like the story is, of course, everyone who was at that show went and started a band, the Buzzcocks being no exception. But they were kind of different from the Damned, the Clash, the Jam, that kind of scene where they went a lot more melodic and their sound is a lot poppier right from the beginning than those other bands, and they just had such like immediate songwriting prowess that they were able to take melody and mix it with this new punk rock style of music to create this thing that hadn't existed before. And like people talk about the pop punk explosion of the 90s or whatever, the Green Day and all that stuff. And people say, oh, Green Day is just doing the Ramones or they're just doing the Clash. But no, Green Day is really just doing the Buzzcocks. Like that's all where that melodic sensibility comes from. And like all those other bands were influenced by them. But it seems like they are always below. People talk about, like I said, the Sex Pistols, the Clash, those kind of bands. The Buzzcocks always get kind of a cursory mention, but I think that some of their songs hold up, and with even more than some of those other bands do nowadays. You still hear their influence.
I never clocked Buzzcocks to Green Day, of course, and we'll get to that, but how spot on that is. Again, as I mentioned, Randy, I'm not sure if this was just maybe that first episode you did where you kind of said, I'll do this one, when John put his out. I'm not sure when you jumped on. So tell me about it, Buzzcocks.
I probably jumped on whenever I knew that there was an episode for it. I mean, this is a band I've been listening to for a long time. They are super important, as John said, into building the infrastructure that would be pop punk. And I don't have like a lot more to like. John really captured who the Buzzcocks are really, really well. I think the pop sensibilities that they have within their music, it's like they sound a lot like the Kinks, and they take a lot from the Kinks and almost in a way just kind of dial it up a little bit to play like the Stooges. And I think that's a cause for a really interesting combination when it comes for a punk band, of course. And then everything after that, I mean, pop punk was the thing. Pop punk was massive. And it's one of those things where, yeah, do you have the Descendants without Buzzcocks? Do you have Green Day? You have Blink-182 without the Buzzcocks? I don't know. Somebody might have invented it at some point, but they just happened to be at the right place in the right time. It wasn't like the Sex Pistols, who were just complete anarchy. It wasn't like the Ramones, who were just like, fuck everything, fuck authority, and basically the Clash, the same thing, fuck authority. They wrote love songs. They wrote songs that you can connect with about life and, not necessarily stuff that was angry all the time. It was stuff that everybody goes through. That wasn't the purpose, like the Sex Pistols, to make people fired up and to get people angry. The purpose for them was to write fun songs, and that's what they did, and they made an awesome career of it. And it is disappointing that they don't get their flowers as much as the other guys do, because the other guys are obviously very deserving of it. But I mean, the Buzzcocks are right up there with like the Mount Rushmore of British punk bands that need to be said. I think they're there. So it's a good thing that we're covering them today. If those of you out there that have never listened to the Buzzcocks before, you are in for a nice treat.
And speaking of treats, you know, I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I like to refer to this panel as the bullpen. And boy, oh boy, did it become the bullpen for this episode, because we had to call for the lefty. Fredo, you jumped in last minute, like literally, I don't know, earlier this week, late last week, we had somebody disappear on us, and I was like, hey, Fredo, Buzzcocks, you in? And he said, yeah, tell me when. So Buzzcocks, tell me about them.
Well, you know, a lot of times you talk about the big four. We'll start like the big four of thrash, Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. And then you might talk about the big four, the big four of the British Invasion: the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, and the Kinks. But when you talk about the big four of punk in the 70s, you've got Sex Pistols, you've got the Clash, got the Ramones, and then you got the Buzzcocks. And the reason I put the Buzzcocks there as the fourth is because, just like the others, without them, you lose a huge chunk of punk. Without the without the Ramones, you might not have punk at all. Without the Sex Pistols, you don't have anarchy. Without the Clash, you don't have the political side of it. And without the Buzzcocks, you don't have the fun. The reality is the Buzzcocks are fun. And I forgot about it, man. I forgot how much fun they were. And they still are, because the last album they put out was in 2022. It was 2 years ago. They're still touring.
Yeah.
So they're still out there. And you want to talk about influential band, you know, they opened up the Sex Pistols and the Clash back in the 70s. And then they opened up for Nirvana in the 90s, and they opened up for Pearl Jam in the early aughts. So, I mean, this is a band that was respected by its peers back in the day, respected by people who they went on and influenced in some way, shape, or form. And I'm sure the top 10 we're going to come up with is going to be interesting, but it's definitely going to be something that people want to listen to.
The Buzzcocks is just a name that was kind of just, I heard occasionally. Like, it wasn't, I never heard it in with great reverence. I never got the same thing like that I get with the Beatles. Oh, you gotta, like, nobody ever did that with Buzzcocks for me. A couple people in passing, in my life prior to Deprogrammed, may have kind of mentioned that they liked this band. So I didn't know at all what to expect when I pushed play. But fun, I do believe, is the operative word here. I had a blast listening to this band. It's a super easy listen. It's not the discog that we chose is pretty much early stuff. Actually, why don't you take it away, John? We'll talk about where we decided for the cutoff line and how you came up with your 20 for this one.
Yeah, so like Fredo said, they're still around. I think they only have one original member now. I know Pete Shelley passed away back in 2018, but they're still they still continue to put out records all through sporadically through the 90s and 2000s. But for this, I think we stuck with the classic era, the 1977, I think, to 1981 or 1982. I think 3 or 4 records with the classic lineup. Howard Devoto, Steve Diggle, Pete Shelley, and it really boils down to their iconic release, "The Singles Going Steady," which is a compilation of all their 7-inch singles that they put out, and like that is just one of the like densest collection of like amazing songs that came out of that era. Like there's not a bad song on it, and it's just strong material all the way through. Not an actual album, but just a collection of singles. Um, so you kind of have to start there. So it was just a matter of what can I afford to cut off of Singles Going Steady,
I
and
thought you
then
were
let
gonna say,
me.
what do I get?
I know exactly, and then taking a listen to everything that came after, and there's some great stuff in the later album. Just a matter of the trade off that you get because some of that stuff on Singles Going Steady is like just out of this world.
I'm glad to hear that. I'll give my thoughts when we get around to me. But Randy, same question. Like, what are you looking at when you're putting your 20 together for this one?
Earworms. Earworms. What's going to get stuck in your head? What catchy hooks are just going to land with you at the right time, sit well with you? I love Singles Going Steady, but as much as I love Singles Going Steady, I love Bites. I think that's a terrific record and one that I got very early in my listening of the Buzzcocks. So that one helped me form my fandom of theirs. And, a lot of what was on that album ended up being on Singles Going Steady too, but it's crazy. You look at that and you look at that collection and you're right. It's what, 24, 25 songs on that, and that's more than what you can use for a deprogrammed episode. But if one of you had a song, all of your songs from that, I'm not going to argue that with you because you might be right. I think that some of the other albums are excellent, but if we had 10 from that record, that's not going to be disappointing at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did take a lot from it, but again, Love Bites means a lot to me too. So I took a bunch from that as well. And then I wasn't as familiar with I think we had like an EP or something like that. And then one of the middle records, I know that a lot of that stuff was on singles as well. So I picked a few of those, but I mean, if you hear a Buzzcocks song and it gets in your head, it lasts for the whole entire day. You cannot get rid of it. And usually I'm cycling around like 3 or 4 or 5 of them at a time, especially right now where I've listened to them nonstop for the last couple weeks. So I just made sure that the earworm went through my ear and went in and out, and I put that on my list. And yeah, I don't think there's any other way to do it, to be honest. They have a few songs that you could be like, okay, that's different. They do something a little bit different in that, but you want the songs that you're going to be able to bop to.
Earworms. That's, again, we'll come back to that.
That's the word.
Yeah, that's the
That's
word
the
for
right
sure.
word.
Fun earworms. Fredo, you had a little bit of shortened list, which I don't think ever is really a thing for you anyway. You're basically telling me when we're going to go, and you probably do it a couple days beforehand anyway. So what are you looking at when you're taking 20 for Buzzcocks?
Well, part of the reason that I do it the way I do is because a lot of it really plays on my mood. I could come up with a list of 20 today and then listen to listen to the playlist and be a different 20 tomorrow. And earworms is the word here. It was hard. It was hard because I would start to listen to another song, but had the earworm of the first song in there. So halfway through, I'd like, fuck this. And I'd go back and listen to the one that was stuck in my head. So it made it difficult as far as moving forward. And that album, Singles Going Steady, that album, if we have any less than 7 of the 10 off of that album, I'd be surprised.
possible.
Possible, yeah.
Easily 7. I wouldn't be surprised if all 10 were off of that album performed, you know?
Yeah.
Whether they were on a different album and came back and were on that one. I mean, it's just that's a great album. We could have just used that album and tried to throw it down to the top 10. But the earworms here are I don't know how I don't know how Randy was able to force it out, because when some of these songs got in there, they nested, you know, they set down roots. They had no intention of leaving.
So, yeah, very, very similar to everybody here. You know, I will say this as far as singles goes, and this isn't to its. This is just what happened when I'm making my first pass. So a lot of times when I'm doing this, I use what album I'm on as a kind of guidance of how well it's going. So like I'm listening to singles, and I think I had like 7 of the first 10 songs or something. I'm like, okay, that's a lot, but we got to be coming up on the next record. And I look and I'm like, oh no, I'm not even halfway through yet. Okay. And I swear I probably had 14, 15, you know, at the first pass. And I didn't make any of those cuts initially. I didn't make any additional cuts to singles until after I was done with the next record. And then I realized, okay, I need to trim this down some.
I did the same thing.
Right. I want room for some of this other stuff. Mostly to like what John was saying. I don't want to discredit the rest of what we covered here. I do think there is credence to, if again, to repeat what everybody said, I honestly would not be surprised if we got all 10 from singles, because it just has that much. And again, I kept going, all right, here's another, oh, it's from that record. Oh, that's from that record. So, you know, I mean, that ended up being how I cut some, just kind of trying to make room for stuff from other records. But fun, earworms, catchiness, like all that stuff is what I was looking at when I'm putting my list together. Now, 57 is the whole number. So we get a little less than half of the discog, John. And we've all kind of mentioned our love for singles, which could work in our favor, but there's enough material just on that one that it could work against us. That being said, everything we've talked about so far, how many do you think we will get through unanimous for the final say?
Yeah, this is probably going to backfire, but I'm feeling a little optimistic. I think 7 is a good number.
I like it. 7. Randy.
I'm gonna say I'm in between 2. I'm gonna say 4. I know it should be more. I know it should be more, but I feel like we're gonna get a lot of 3s on some of those singles going steady stuff.
Yeah, that seems right. Which you took Fredo's number, so what are you thinking now, Fredo? Where do you go? Do you go lower or do you go closer to John's 7?
I give me a second here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna go. I'll go 5.
Okay.
And I don't like it. I really wanted to go 4 because there's 4 that are and it's the 4 most well-known songs, which I think they're gonna be unanimous. But after that, it's gonna like Randy just said, it's gonna be a lot of 3s. It's gonna be a lot of you're gonna hear a lot of, oh man, I had to cut something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so you're gonna hear a lot of that. But so I'll go with 5.
All right.
Not happy about it though.
I will say that John's 7 should be right. Like, everything about this band tells me that there should be 7 that we agree upon originally. Having played this game as many times as I have, 7 doesn't feel right.
You played it all the time.
Yes, I've literally played them all. So, I mean, that begs the question, though. There is a number in between all of y'all that I could take. I could undercut Randy and think we do less, or I can go more positive than John and go more. My inclination is to take that 6.
I think if you take 6, you're gonna win.
This is what keeps happening to me. So I don't feel as much pressure. I feel like with picking the 10th song on this one, you can throw a stone and any of them will do, I think. So I mean, it all kind of is dependent on what we get on the list too. So we go 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll see who gets it when we come back. You're gonna play the game. With that, the name of the game is deprogrammed. The 4 of us have come through a selection of the Buzzcocks discography. I almost said Buzzcocks. Self-correction there. The Buzzcocks discography that we have plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you have never listened to the Buzzcocks. So where do I start? I could do the thing that I do, or I could do the song that we talked about, earworms, became an earworm about 20 minutes ago for me, 30 minutes ago at this point, as I was prepping for, to come on. I think I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do that one.
Yeah, do that one.
I'm going to do the earworm that's in my head right now. Ever Fallen in Love?
Of course, that's the one.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
There we go.
Yeah, we were talking about that before everybody came on.
Yeah, I didn't want to tip my hand. I listened to that maybe 5 minutes before you came on, and I was like, "Oh God, I have this one right." Oh God, yes, I do.
It kind of became like a pop culture phenomena, this song. Like, after the Buzzcocks were way out of their prime, a bunch of TV shows would use it, and even some commercials would use it in some spots. It's just, yeah, I mean, just the beginning of that and hearing that, like, it kind of melts me sometimes. It's the perfect pop punk song. I freaking love it. One of my favorite songs of all time.
There's a verse. This is what I was telling Justin before you guys got on. So John Peel, who's a famous English DJ, had a radio show, and everybody who's even has done his show. Well, they had a memorial album to him, and one of the songs was that song, "Ever Fallen in Love." And the people who played on it: Roger Daltrey, Robert Plant, Elton John, David Gilmour, were all part of this super group that covered that song. Now think about the classic rock pedigree that's there.
Yeah.
And they're covering a song by the Buzzcocks, of all bands, And it's a great version if you get a chance. They recorded in 2005. If you get a chance, definitely hear that one.
I will make sure that I go and listen to that after we're done with this, because I've never heard it before.
Yeah.
Well, we have successfully earwormed ourselves one in. It could all go to hell from here. Let's find out. John, where do you want to go?
I think we got to keep asking questions. So I'm going to go with what do I get?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Yep.
So far, so good.
So many questions on that record. What do I get?
They wanted answers. They're a band that wanted answers.
It's true.
All they wanted. That's all they wanted was answers.
All right. Boom. No pressure, Randy. You're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride the wave here. just a fun, happy song. Everybody's happy nowadays.
Control F.
Nope.
Nope.
I'll save you, of course.
Cool. Great. Yep, that's another one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah,
I'm
of
glad
course.
it's not in the pile.
I will not even bother trying to explain the how and where that
It's
fell
okay.
out.
I
have no idea.
understand. I understand.
Yeah.
I don't, but I understand.
Yeah. All right. Fredo.
I'm gonna go with their first single, "Orgasmatic."
I got it.
How do you not take a song called Orgasmatic?
Yep, I got it.
Hey. Obviously, that was the other song I was playing with, tossing out first, because it does the thing.
Right.
Or at least I should say, for this. Tell me what you are. Don't take long to do it either.
What?
All right.
I got it.
I'll ask a question too. How about that? I got a couple more questions here. How about why can't I touch it?
I don't have your answer, but I have it on my list.
Yep, I got it.
Was that
wow.
a yes for you too, Fredo?
Those were your 4, right, Fredo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that one's in as well, unanimous?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Bam, hold on. Let me play a clip of that and then we'll move on.
One of the coolest bass lines.
Yes.
And also, when you're listening to the record, it's a complete change up. So, of course, it still has the earworm quality to it, but, your ear is also like, wait a minute, okay, this isn't kind of fast paced. This isn't very straight up and straightforward. This is a little bit different. This takes us a different direction here. So how is this going to develop? And yeah, it's just an awesome song.
Yeah, it's 6 or 7 minutes long, too.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you know what? It's surprising when you look through their catalog. You get used to the 2 and 3 minute songs, and all of a sudden they pop out a 5-minute one or a 7-minute one. It's just shocking.
Yep. All right. John?
All right, so we've asked a lot of questions. How about some exclamations? How about, oh, shit?
God bless. God bless you, John.
No.
I don't have it, but I do know
Fredo,
that
did
was...
you have it or no?
I have it.
Okay,
do,
so
okay.
Fredo and John have it. That was for sure like 22, 23.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that, man.
Oh, wait. Let me move that to Fredo, not Randy. There we go. All right. Randy?
I'll dig into Love Bites. Let's go with Nostalgia.
Yeah, I got it.
Which one?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia?
No.
I got it.
Awesome.
All right, we'll take the 3. Of course, every 3 endangers a 2. All right. Fredo?
I'm going to go off of Love Bites also, but I think this is going to be, I think I'm going to strike out on this one. I have to put it, and it's Walking Distant.
I got it.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
They don't even have to say a word.
Not
and
for me.
it fucking
They
gets in your
don't.
head.
Yeah. I mean, it's instrumental, and it's for those of you who don't understand why I thought it was going to whiff. But it's, oh my God, it's amazing.
So
First time I listened to it, I was waiting for them to sing. I didn't know it was instrumental. I was waiting for them to sing, and they never did. And I never was disappointed. There were no
Right.
vocals.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a two.
I almost didn't take it because of that, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? There was another
Yeah,
one off that
yeah.
record that I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna bite the bullet on it. I'm gonna cut it and then say, sorry guys, if everybody takes it. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's had to be there.
Yeah, it was a late cut for
I'm
me.
glad. I'm glad that it was that I was validated putting it up.
All right.
I got your back sometimes.
Since we're doing pretty well here, maybe I'll try like from one of the other records here. How about that? Dig into something. Let's see, where's my line here? Something from different kind of tension. How about that? Which I rather enjoyed. It felt like a twist, like a dial left, maybe right, just like one number over to the poppier side, like a slight bit more poppy. How about Paradise?
No, I don't have that one.
No.
Wow. First one into the bin. Good for me. All right, John?
To be fair, I thought I was going to be the first in the bit.
Yeah.
All right. This is one that I first heard when the band Jawbox covered it, and it's an awesome cover. Airwaves Dream.
I do not have it.
Nope, me neither.
No.
Ooh, that's surprising.
I won't even try to explain. Anything off that record could have been in, so. All right, Randy?
I too am gonna go. No, that's different kind of tension. Was early. Wait a minute. No, kitchen. Kitchen was the earlier one. Yes, I'm gonna go with something from different kind of tension. This might be if we had 9 songs from Singles Going Steady, and we needed to fight for one more, and said, okay, we don't need one from that record. This would be the one I'm fighting for. I believe.
Nope.
Well,
I really want to save you, but that was number 21.
what's funny is
That's a tough one. Wow.
Yeah, I really like that song.
What's funny is I think that was my number 21 too. I think it was my absolute last cut, I think.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're at 4 right now. If we don't go any further, then I could do the trick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
might.
we're going. I think we're going further. We got those 4 pretty quick.
Yeah. All right. Fredo.
I'm going to stay with that same album. As we're all kind of sniffing around it, and I think we're going to get a song off of that album. I'll go with the title track, Different Kind of Tension.
Nope.
No.
There's my striking.
I think we all have a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that round all strikeouts?
It was.
And was that round that whole album?
Sure felt it. All right. Well, I'll just go down my list here. How about Breakdown?
Oh, breakdown, gonna break it down here. Yeah, absolutely. I love that song.
Nope.
No.
Damn it.
No, we take the 2s right now.
I don't feel good about it, but
After that strikeout round, we'll take a 2. All right, John?
all right, let's go back and try to hit on one here, one of the classics. How about I Don't Mind?
Yes, sir.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Nope.
Again.
Nope.
And I think I was just trying to give the front half and the back half equal opportunity here. And since that was around like 4 or 5 other songs I took, I think it was just the axe, unfortunately.
Oh.
I don't have it either.
All right, so it's a 2. It's still alive because we only have the 1, 3, so the 2s are all still very much in this. Randy.
Pretty girls, pretty boys, have you ever heard your mother say, noise and noise?
No.
Nope.
No, can't save you this time.
Yikes.
I do appreciate you going for it, though.
At this point,
Yeah. Fredo.
I think we need to get back to the questions. So, I'm going to go with whatever happened to.
Yes, sir.
Question mark.
no.
No.
Oh, wow.
It's got a 2. All right. Yeah, we already did nostalgia. I forgot to mark that off. 1, 2, 3. What do I do here? How about I'll go with a Love Bites track. Real World.
That was the one that I cut for walking distance. Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Into the bin I go.
I'm more of a Road Rules guy anyway.
Road Rules was underrated. I mean,
I
nothing
loved
tops those first 3 seasons of Real World, but I definitely was
you
a
kidding
Road
me?
Rules guy.
Everything tops all of that bullshit.
How dare
That destroyed MTV.
You tell him, Fredo.
I mean, I agree with what you said.
That destroyed MTV. Are you kidding me?
That doesn't make it
Road
bad
Rules was
programming.
fun.
Yeah. More on that later. Let's not waste any more precious airtime on that. John, you're up.
Oh, speaking of, time's up.
No,
No.
shit.
We might be getting the
Nope.
dump out sooner than I thought.
Wow.
Nobody had time's up?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Wow. It's a classic.
All right. Randy?
Oh, another one from Love Bites that I love. Operator's Manual.
Nope.
Nope.
No. Going on?
Yeah.
You want to know what's going on? We all tried to get too cute.
Seems like
No,
No.
seriously.
No. This I don't. I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, but what happened was, I believe this. All of us, I believe, could have gotten 20 out of just singles going steady.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, we stopped taking songs from that album and then tried to fill the rest of our list with other ones. That's what I honestly think happened. I bet you we all have between 9 and 12 songs off of singles going steady.
I have 10.
I think I have 8.
No.
Yeah.
I've got 11. So I mean, a good chunk of it, and then that's 24 songs out of 57. Now we're going with 37 songs, trying to, or whatever, 33, 34, 35 songs.
You're
Trying to
Steiner
come up with
mathing it.
another 10. Yeah, I'm Steiner, 100% Steiner mathing.
33 and a third percent.
Right. So now you got a 50% chance of getting each song on. So, but I think that's what happened, So let me give you my Love Bites, Swing and a Miss. Late for the Train.
Yeah, don't have that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Nope.
Yep, there you go. We're gonna start to get there.
I love that record. It needs to be
I know.
represented somehow.
All right.
Nostalgia looks good. There are only 3.
Yeah.
Crazy enough.
Yeah. You know what? I'll try another tension. How about You Can't Help It?
Nope.
Nobody else picked that song.
Yep.
Nope.
All right. John?
All right. How about Boredom?
Nope.
Came kind of close, but no.
No.
Wow.
All right.
Remember when I said that picking 7 was probably going to backfire?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, there's still enough that we could go on a run, but
Yeah.
it
Well,
just
Now you
the-
know I wanted to pick 4.
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I
I
still
have
have 9
9
left. So,
Yeah.
all right, Randy.
I feel like we can get 2 or 3 on this. You say you don't love me.
No.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
Nope.
What?
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised that doesn't have another.
At least a 2.
Is it a 2?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Nope.
You're surprised it
Yeah,
doesn't have
it's-
at least a 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The pile is a great list. I'd
It
give
is,
to people.
absolutely.
Yeah, you know, I think at the end of the day, the pile could be a top 10.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, Fredo.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's gone wrong again.
All right, I'll save you. I have it.
Thank you.
No.
All right, let's see. I don't think I have that one. Nope. All right, so 2.
Like I said, something's gone wrong again.
Well, again, after that run we just had, we'll take the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Definitely. We're out of
And-
NTP,
Yep.
but like not by much.
Not by much, yeah. All right. Oh, just try this one. How about Friends of Mine?
No.
Nope.
No.
Wow.
We all took different ones off that EP.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. John.
All right. How about Fast Cars?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That was a late cut for me.
Oh,
It has 3. It has 3. It's basically surviving at this point.
Basically in at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Randy.
How about from tension? How about sitting around at home?
Yes.
All right. No, but
yes.
hey.
Awesome.
That was.
Oh, there we go.
I heard that one when Gorilla Biscuits covered it when I started getting into hardcore. It's a weird choice for them to do, but it was good.
Look at that. And just like that, these 2s just become topic fodder as opposed to in.
You shut your goddamn mouth.
Otter.
Fredo.
This is. Here we're gonna go with another music in a different kitchen, and this is about as different as you can get with these guys. Moving away from the pulse beat.
You know, I gave that an extra listen and I was really considering it, but it just, it couldn't match.
Yeah, I don't have it.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a little bit too different, but I just, I liked it, and to me it also plays into that pop punk kind of something different, which every pop punk band sounded the same, but they all had something different. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still got 7 left, so maybe we do like 2 more rounds.
Yeah, I got 6.
Yeah, I got 7 too.
I've got 7. I've got
Okay,
7.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do 2 more rounds. Well, let's find out. 16 again?
Yeah, I got it.
Which one?
16 again?
Not to be confused, I think they have a song called 16, right?
Yeah, they have a 16, and then they have a 16 again.
I did not have 16 again, so that's another 2.
Right? Yeah, I don't either.
Take it. It's not bad.
All right. John?
All right, Promises.
Yes, sir.
I have it.
Which one?
Promises.
Nope.
Ooh, I thought we were getting that
I
one.
know, I know.
You guys are
My
too
4
quick
looks
with it.
good, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I told you that's why I wanted it.
All right. Randy?
This is my final Singles Gone Steady song, Just Lust.
No.
Nope.
No.
That was a late ad. I took one out from the Kitchen album.
All right.
It's your
Fredo?
final, so I'm gonna. That's good. I'm How about get on our own.
I got it.
No.
What's the song? Sorry.
Get on our own.
No.
Off another music in the kitchen.
All right, so
No,
it's
I
a
don't
2.
have it.
All right. So we'll call this our last
I
round.
swept that round. I had a song in that round for everybody. So I'm down to 2.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So we'll call this the last round, and then we'll dump out from there.
Okay.
How about You Tear Me Up?
Nope.
No.
Okay. John?
Surprised this one hasn't been picked yet. Love You More.
No.
Yes.
No.
Wow.
2.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. John and Fredo. And did you say you're down to 2, Randy?
I have 2, yes.
All right. So this is your last full go.
Holy shit.
One of those 2 is
ESP.
What was it? ESP?
ESP.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Why is it not coming?
That was my 21.
I got it.
Hey.
Oh.
The 2s they got put together here.
You should just wipe everything out and just put the 2s as the top 10.
It
Well-
could work.
I mean, it looks like we have a whole list of 2s, a whole list of 1s that would work. Like, just crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Fredo? Getting
Oh,
down.
God. I'm gonna go with Hollow Inside off A Different Kind of Tension.
Yes, sir.
No.
These 2s are going to be fucking brutal.
Yes, they will.
What do we got? 2?
Yep. All right. So we have one last shot at a unanimous. we're going right down to the nitty gritty here. All right, I'll start at the top of my list. What do you know? I know that's not the one.
No.
Got it.
No.
Okay.
That's 2.
Make that conversation a little harder. No reply.
No.
Oh.
I'm out.
Oh.
I win. Woohoo!
So Randy's 4 will win. But that does give us another 2. Brutality will entail. All right. And last but not least, I don't know what to do with my life.
Yes.
Hey.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with this list.
All right. So you can make this 2 conversation a little bit more difficult, John. What do you got left?
Yeah, I've got 3 left. Lipstick.
So do I. Nope.
Love Battery.
Nope.
And I Need.
That sounded like a no, right?
I assume.
Yeah.
That was a
couldn't
no,
hear.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll mark that off for John. Reshuffle the deck, and then we'll see what Fredo's got left. Fredo?
Okay. I've got 3 also. I've got autonomy. She's a girl from the China store. And what's my last one? And Mad Judy.
Oh,
I almost took Mad Judy.
me too. That was like 24,
What'd you say?
25.
What,
That was
Mad
number
Judy?
57 for me. I hated it.
Really?
No, not really.
That's it.
Yeah.
My count is either 44 or 45 songs taken out of the 57. That's amazing.
Well, you know,
Wow.
I mean, it says something, right? I mean, we knew it was going to be hard because there's 4 of us. It's hard to get. Yeah, I think it's 45. I think.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Again, yeah. It doesn't surprise me. Again, for that singles album.
mm-hmm.
I think we all realized at some point that it was just like, oh shit, we got to pick songs from the other album.
Yeah. But we're off
We
to...
didn't even connect on some of those songs.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
We're off to a good start, though. Ever Fallen in Love, What Do I Get, Orgasmatic, and Why Can't I Touch It? That's half of a really killer list just to begin with. And I would venture to guess, based on our conversation so far, that we don't care about representation, really. Like,
No.
let the chips fall where they may type of conversation. So the next part is these 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, which would leave room for 2 2s. To me, based on everything,
1, 2, and then
right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, first of all,
know.
Randy's, he's
yeah.
just put it on there now.
Nope. No,
I mean,
no.
to me, based on everything that's happened, those 3s may as well have been 4s. We've got Nostalgia, Fast Cars, Sitting Around at Home, and Promises. Does anybody want to hold out on any of those?
Well,
Fast Cars is the only one that I think is kind of okay, but I mean, I'm not going to put up a fight.
no, I mean, I think that's a strong.
Shit. Wait,
Oh shit had 2. I think.
3?
No, shit
Yeah,
only had
2.
2. I think the 3s are good. I think
Okay.
if we can put the 3s in, but Everybody's Happy Nowadays has to be on this list. Like, I don't know why we're even here if that's not on there. So I would say move the 3s over, add Everybody's Happy Nowadays, and then let Randy take his pick.
I'm not going to argue that.
I will. Only because I really think Walking Distance could be.
Yeah,
I mean, we use the word.
It was great.
We use the word. We use the word earworm. Again, it's an earworm without any words.
So which one of the
John,
3s are you taking out? Randy already said Fast Cars was the weakest one.
I'm fine with taking out Fast Cars.
I'm fine with Walking Distance over Fast Cars. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll take Walking Distance. Boom. Boom.
And does that mean everybody's Happy Nowadays gets in?
And
Yes.
I honestly, I don't care about anything else.
all right. So let's do that.
Everybody's happy on this panel.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Then the other 3s, Nostalgia, Sitting Around at Home, Promises.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us up to our 9, and let me run them down real quick. So just to make sure we're all on the same page here. Ever Fall in Love, What Do I Get, Orgasmatic, Why Can't I Touch It, Nostalgia, Sitting Around at Home, Promises, Everybody's Happy Nowadays, and Walking Distance. Right?
That's it.
All right.
Hold on.
So that brings us to Randy's.
Wait, say that again.
Oh my God. Okay.
Of course, Fredo.
I write. I write. You know, I keep my top 10 listed.
Yeah.
And, we kind of got all screwed up. So go ahead.
Ever fallen in love? What do I
Got
get?
it.
Orgasm addict. Why can't I touch it?
Got it.
Nostalgia.
Got it.
Sitting around at home.
Yes.
Promises.
Okay.
Everybody's
Got it.
happy
Okay.
now. Huh?
I'm good now.
Okay. Everybody's happy nowadays. And walking distance. And that brings us to Randy's number 10.
Oh man, you hate to look at all of these twos. There's at least like 13 or 14 of them, and say, no, I'm going to go to the pile. But that's exactly what I'm going to do here.
Love it.
I believe.
Yeah.
Both of you almost had it on. It was basically a 3 to me. So I think it needs to be there.
And it's one of the longer ones too. I think that's a good choice. I always love going into the pile, so love it.
All right. Final say is I believe. Let me run down this list in total. Ever fallen in love? What do I get? Orgasmatic. Why can't I touch it? Nostalgia. Sitting around at home. Promises. Everybody's happy nowadays. Walking distance. And I believe rounds out our 10 now. Crank up the heat a little bit here. Although I don't know. Are we? Is this heated? John, what do you think? What's the one?
It's tough because it is those 4, but I think Ever Fallen in Love is the one.
That's what I was thinking too. What do you think, Randy?
Zero argument. It's the one.
Fredo?
Already circled on my list as the one.
There we go. I mean, the fact that it got caught in my head yet again right before we went on kind of says something. So we started this conversation with the word earworm, and isn't this one? Ever Fallen in Love is our number 1. Let me run it down. One last go. What do I get? Orgasmatic. Why can't I touch it? Nostalgia. Sitting around at home. Promises. Everybody's happy nowadays. Walking distance. I believe. Let's let Ever Fallen in Love get a moment in the sun.
And if I start a motion, I run the risk of losing you, and that's worse.
That's right. That's very right. That is very, very, very right. Because if you've never done the work, that will definitely loop you in. All right, that's what this is all about. Deprogrammed. Did we not loop you in? Did we not get you hooked? Feel free to tell us about it. If you're on Spotify specifically, now we can do questions and answers. So I typically put up a Q&A where you can accept comments. Now I can reply to you. Yay! This is a new thing that Spotify for podcasters is added on. So I can now reply to you. We can have conversations in the comments. So let's keep it civil, shall we? If you disagreed with our list, that's fine. Tell me what you would have done different. Tell me which songs you would have picked. Or, man, if you want to be super nice, just say you guys did a great job. That would be cool too. Either way you do it, 5 stars would be super appreciated. Helps us get seen in the algorithm. Same thing for Apple Podcasts, 5 stars. A review would be super duper helpful. We would appreciate that. Hey, man, you want to support a little bit further, maybe with your hard-earned dollar? Patreon.com/ohijustin's the way to do that. Dollar does indeed get you in the door. It gets you deprogrammed before the rest of the world. Gets you the conversation we're about to have after the fact. Immediately as soon as it's done, goes right to the Patreon. An occasional Oh Hi Justin podcast whenever I get around to it, and whatever else is floating around. We've kind of been discussing the idea of a Justin Does Homework type situation where you listen to my first pass with me and kind of, hey, I really like this song or whatever. We discuss the band as it's happening pre-podcast. So that's kind of been floated out there. That might be something for the patrons. Man, you ain't got $1. Oh, I should say also, included with your $1, you get access to certain channels in our Discord channel, or Discord server rather, and it gets you certain channels in the Discord server. Easy enough for me to say. But you can get in there and mix it up on the Discord server. If you don't want to pay to get into the Discord server, it's legionstupid.com. There is a link in the top left. Click that, join the server, come aboard, come in and count, make fun of the bot. We have a music bot boy, stuff like that. Things happen there. It's fun. Come hang. If you want to be on the show, you're on legionstupid.com already. Click shows, click deprogrammed. Not even halfway down, there is a sign-up sheet. Tell me what band you want to talk about. If it's one we haven't done, I will get back to you at ASAP, and we'll get you roped in, and we'll figure out a way to get you on. Like I said, as long as it's not a band we've done already, we can make it happen. Also, with that, you can listen to the show there. Obviously, we're a podcast. Any way you listen is awesome. Sharing is caring. That's how you get the word out. Would appreciate it a great deal if you shared and told somebody that you listened to the show. Hey, I listened to Deprogrammed. You should too. And with that, Buzzcocks. Let them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.